Well, hello, and welcome.
How are you surviving? Let's just, are you alive?
I am. I am
Good.
talking. How are you?
Quarantined,
Yes.
alone.
For many people, that word was just like something in the dictionary a few days ago.
Yeah.
But now,
I mean, good. In good health. Going a little stir crazy, I think.
Yeah.
But
It's an adjustment for sure.
Lots of walks. Going on lots of walks.
Have you run into anyone like while walking and then awkwardly like one person goes on the sidewalk to maintain the 6 foot difference?
Oh, 6. I don't know about 6 feet. No, I mean, we've passed people, and it's like, I don't think you move further away necessarily, but there is, I don't know, there's just kind of, there's tension.
Right.
There's tension in the air.
It's awkward.
It is. It's
Because as a human
crazy.
being, you want to wave and just say, oh, hi, or interact normally, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to get too close, and you don't want to get too close to me. And yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you doing, though? You're good?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm suspending my disbelief when possible, continuing in this Bond series, and it's fun to just watch something set in the 60s in a simpler time, at least from our perspective.
Yeah. Did you have lunch? You've eaten? You're good?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
had
you haven't
lunch.
eaten?
No.
Jeez.
No. Did you? Did you?
Yeah, I did, actually.
Dang.
I had something I've never had before for lunch.
Salad?
So that was interesting. No.
Quinoa?
No, I love quinoa.
Nice.
Quinoa is delicious. No, I leaned really heavily into my millennialism today for lunch.
What was it?
It was toast with green millennial fruit smothered all over the top of it with some salt and pepper and some, yeah.
You know what's funny? I also partook in the millennialism, and that's what I had for breakfast.
You had avocado toast for breakfast?
Yeah, I did. Well,
yeah,
with some egg whites, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was my first time doing it.
Cool.
And so I just kind of, I toasted the bread. And then,
as one does, yes.
And then mashed up the avocado. I didn't slice it. I know some people slice it.
Yeah, I totally slice.
Yeah, so I mashed it up similar to how you would, if you were making guacamole.
Sure. Oh yeah, for sure.
And then I mixed in salt and pepper and a little bit of spicy chili powder.
Interesting.
And then just kind of spread it on like it was, cream cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Nice. Would you do it again?
And and a healthy snack too. The bread that we have, they're smaller, thin, Blue Menu. So it's it's 50 calories a slice or something, which for bread is pretty low.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, this is so off topic. Welcome to the Movie Men.
Welcome to the Movie Men.
Yeah.
I've got something to bring us back on topic, and it'll either catch or just fall flat.
Okay.
Pardon me, do you have a match?
I prefer a lighter.
Better still.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's sitting there right now thinking, what the hell is happening? Why did I turn off why did I switch from the radio to this? And the answer to that is I don't rightfully know. No clue.
Part two of our James Bond series is the answer.
Part 2 of a 27-part miniseries.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's daunting to say.
Hey, you know what? I've come full circle on this. I thought you were a maniac for not making us, but suggesting that we do this. And now I'm on movie 2, and I'm actually really, it's given me something to look forward to watch the next movie in this series. It's it's interesting how I've really changed.
So to catch everyone up to speed, we're doing the 007 films.
Yes.
In order of release.
Yep.
And we are including the 2 non-Eon films.
Yes.
Never Die Twice or something. Never Say Never Again. Never Say Never Again.
And then Casino Royale, the first.
And the 1967 or 76 or something, Casino Royale.
Yep.
Which adds up to 27 films instead of just 25.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For the most part, I mean, okay, so here's the theory. The theory is that this will be a show that mostly just, a series that mostly just I work through and Pete will guest occasionally on.
Yep.
But so far, Pete's 2 for 2. So the jury's out, and we'll kind of see what's happening there. Mm-hmm. If you missed our last episode for Dr. No, go check that out. But to bring everyone kind of briefly up to speed, I'm rating the Bond films based on 8 categories. And
can I say it's bothering me, not a lot, but you should have made it 7 categories for 007.
Yeah. But I don't know which ones I would amalgamate.
They're all good. Yeah, like they kind of all need to be there, but you're right.
I feel like they're all important. Yeah. So background, I had never seen, like I'm going into this blind. I'd never seen any James Bond films. And so my appraisal of them is not based on other Bond films. How did it score based on other Bond films? It was just in this category. How much enjoyment did I receive from this category in the film?
Right.
And those categories are plot, portrayal of Bond, villain, gadgets, fights / action, Bond girl, supporting characters, and the Bond song. Not the theme song, but the song that plays during the silhouetted dancing women.
Yeah. The introductory montage of credits and spy-related things of women.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah. The opening credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's just kind of jump into this.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So, I went into this one, I owned the Xbox game From Russia with Love.
Yes.
And have played it several times. Cool. And so I was curious to see how much of this would be familiar.
Oh.
And how much of it would be foreign to me. I mean, the last time I played the game would have been over 10 years ago. So it's
okay. So it's
not, if anything, it was just going to be reminiscent.
Sure.
I think.
Sure. Was it anything at all like the movie?
Yeah, I mean, it was reminiscent, right? So the game From Russia with Love, one of the first missions in the game sees you in the hedge maze.
Interesting.
Right, and so that, and then the scene ends and they peel the mask off of him, and it turns out you haven't been playing as Bond, you've been playing, and there's I think there's the scene where they're like using the periscope to spy on this meeting that's happening.
Which, yeah, that is a side note. That submarine scope is just the most unbelievably ludicrous, comical thing I've ever seen in film.
Oh yeah, like, for sure.
Like there'd be like just even a maid like vacuuming like the carpet would be like, what's this like big lump here in the corner that's the size of a briefcase? Right.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. What I discovered ultimately was that the video game took a lot of liberties.
Oh, sure.
And I understand that because like there were whole missions and storylines and plot points that just simply were not a part of the movie.
Yep.
The introduction of different gadgets, like in the video game, Bond has got a laser watch.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Okay.
Like some cool and but then I went back. So I went back, and for nostalgia's sake, I was watching some game footage of it to see how much was familiar, and surprisingly quite a bit of it was familiar.
Okay.
But what I found really jarring is because they went back and like they brought Sean Connery back in to do voice work. They didn't just take his audio from the movies. They had him re-say a bunch of his lines and say a bunch of new ones because they added all kinds of content.
That's pretty cool.
But what's really jarring about it is Bond at this point, I don't know, what would we say? Bond's probably in his 30s,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Mid to late 30s.
Yep.
In
Somewhere in there.
In From Russia with Love.
Yeah.
But it's very clearly a 65-year-old Sean Connery recording
You can
all of the dialogue.
You can discern it.
His voice is just it's kind of like when Vader shows up to do, or when James Earl Jones shows up to do Vader in Rogue One.
Right.
And you go, yes, that's Vader, and that sounds really cool.
But there's
but it also sounds like maybe Vader's suffering from a calorie deficit because he's very weak sounding.
Right.
So it was kind of similar. But yeah, so the plot of this film.
Yep.
I gave it a 6.
Cool.
I mean, it was an interesting plot.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Again, though, similar to kind of what I found with Dr. No, it was a similar plot once you fully understood what the hell was happening.
Yeah.
I found there was, especially in the beginning, there was a lot, like I had to stop it again and look up the plot and read up until where I was to fully understand, okay, so there's Smersh, which is basically the Russian MI6. And there's MI6. And then there's Tatiana Romanova or something. She's the Bond girl in this film.
Yep.
She works for Smersh.
Yes.
As a translator, interpreter of secret codes or something.
Yeah.
And so then there's the Soviets who but then there's also Spectre. So Spectre returned.
It was a little hard. I was with you. I had to Wikipedia the plot because I was confused about it. Like in the end, it's kind of a bait and switch, or more like a bait where they're kind of playing both sides, I guess. But it took me a while to figure out like who all, like what all sides are being involved here, and who's with what side, and what. Right. Yeah. It was.
Yeah. So ultimately I only gave it a 6 because I thought to myself, I like the idea of the plot, and maybe if I didn't have to look it up, it would have scored higher. Yeah. But ultimately I didn't enjoy the story as much because I was constantly trying to figure out what's happening. And I don't know if some of that is poor writing, but I also don't know if some of that is a lot of the talk that's happening is Cold War era talk.
Right.
And so maybe that's just a generational issue.
Could be.
But for me, the plot was, it was just kind of middle of the road. I think I liked the premise of it a little bit better than Dr. No.
I did. Yeah.
And I think it was a little less confusing than Dr. No. It felt a little more likely to be a thing that would actually happen. But again, their portrayal of it, or their execution of it, was just kind of choppy all over the place. Yeah,
it leaves a little bit of an unfinished, just a non-connected feel to it when you're literally having to open up Wikipedia and follow along.
Yeah, for sure.
I gave it something close. I gave it a 7. Basically the same reasons you said.
You did? Okay, so this time you've... last time you didn't follow my ranking system because you received the ranking system just I'm
going along
before.
Step for step with you here. Just I think it's kind of a fun way to kind of both
Interesting.
of us
compare. I really like that. That's awesome.
I gave it a 7. Shout out to the beginning when there was the Canadian representative in the chess game.
Yeah.
Who?
Who sucked?
He still made it to whatever round that was. I don't know if that was the final, but yeah, I also just found the kind of this bait and switch kind of plot a little confusing to follow at times. I found kind of the ultimate kind of pseudo climax where like Bond was in the train fell a little flat.
It was a little underwhelming.
Very underwhelming, and just even like just from a movie watching point of view, it was just kind of flat. And then also just from a James Bond point of view, like he was so easily tricked and overpowered at times in this chain. I'm like, that's not James Bond. Like, come on.
Right.
But it was interesting to see James Bond in Venice for the first time, and we'll see him return there later in this series.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I guess this is less plot, but more like the way it was made. My last point here is just, being a movie from the 1960s, it had some making flaws. So like when the end credits are rolling and the song's playing, and you see the St. Mark's Square, I think it would have been a cool shot, but the shaky cam on the boat was just so shaky that I just found it distracting.
They didn't have like a steady cam set up.
And I get it. Like it's par for the course, but just but yeah, 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So category 2 is portrayal of Bond. So last time around, and I won't always give a comparison from time to time.
Yep.
Last time I think I gave it an 8.
Okay.
I bumped it down to a 7 this time.
Sure.
And so that's still high. It's still Sean Connery, and it was still, I just got a lot less of the sort of suave kind of like, I don't know. I just I don't know what it was, but he just felt less of a smooth British intelligence. The whole every woman wants to be with him, every man wants to be him.
Right.
I didn't feel like, I didn't feel like he quite leaned into that, James Bond kind of aspect. So I gave it a 7, which, like I said, is still high. But it's definitely down. I don't think I had as much fun watching him this time around as I did the first time.
Okay. That's fair. I gave him an 8 out of 10, so very close to what you gave. I'm what you're saying is really mirroring what I'm also saying. Like, I just in general, maybe not so much with specifically his portrayal, but I think I enjoyed Dr. No a little bit more than From Russia with Love. But I still really appreciated Sean Connery's portrayal in this, and he still had his little kind of moments of kind of Bond coming out where, he was at the picnic with that woman and told Moneypenny it'd be an hour and a half because he's finishing up an old case. But I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's admirable.
I'm interested to see, like, I'm really curious because there's some Bond movies I haven't seen, and I'm curious if this will go really low with different Bonds or if it'll always be kind of high.
Sure. So villain.
Mm-hmm.
This may surprise you.
Okay.
I gave it a 3.
Really?
And the reason being is because the movie ended, and my thoughts were, okay, so who was the villain?
Yeah.
Was it Grant? Or was it the what's her name? The Russian woman who defected from.
Was it Rosa Klebb?
Yes, Klebb.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And then my other, so there's that. But then there's also the Spectre guy whose face we never see.
Who's petting the kitten.
Who's petting the cat in a very Dr. Claw kind of way.
Yeah.
We don't see the face. He's got a cat. Which it's fun to, like, I've seen all the Austin Power films, and so there's definitely a lot of like Dr. Evil's got a white fluffy cat that he strokes. And so it's fun to see them spoof on stuff like that, right? But I marked it really low because if I had known that Donald Grant was for sure the villain, then okay. then I'm,
Right.
sure, I could rank that a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
Rosa Klebb, we don't see enough of her, but she's still like she's a pretty great villain on her own.
Oh yeah.
But I walked out of it not having a sense of who actually was our main threat. Who's the main bad guy that we're trying to take down here?
Yeah. Yeah. I gave it a bit higher for the opposite reason. I gave it about a 7 out of 10. And the reason I gave it was just kind of in contrast to Dr. No, where there was so much mystery around Dr. No and then it kind of fizzled out. I actually really enjoyed that it was so mysterious and it didn't have the opportunity to fizzle out. So I guess as the series continues and I guess we see more or find out more, maybe that'll have the opportunity to say, okay, that was a valid 7 out of 10, or I might go, you know what, it was a cheap tactic, or I should have given it lower. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure.
One about the villain with Rosa Klebb, I actually kind of just chuckled with the scene where she arrived at that island to do the inspection of that, I don't even remember his name, the dude who was going to be following James Bond the whole movie.
And she just punches him in this. Yeah,
takes
Grant is his name.
Yeah, it takes a helicopter ride, walks around the whole premises to get to the lake. Literally, like, looks him up, punches him in the gut, and is like, "Yep, see ya."
Yeah.
No other testing needed. Just a gold sucker punch to the gut.
And also, I felt like, when Grant walks over, he's got a towel on, right? Because he's been sunbathing and stuff. Yeah. And this just felt like one of those moments where you say to the guy, I think that's for drying your hands. The bigger towels are over here.
Right. Like that it was a bit small.
I don't know how I don't know how he was getting it to stay on.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
It was so tight.
It was, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah, that's not for your waist.
Yeah. So, gadgets.
Yes.
I ranked it at a 4. Last time I gave Dr. No a 2 because there really wasn't much of anything.
No.
This time around we have the briefcase.
Yes, very cool.
And we get our introduction to Q.
Yes.
Which means that moving forward there's probably going to be more
right.
More gadgets.
Yep.
Still no Aston Martin.
That's true. Yeah.
Which was in the video game, so that's misleading a little.
Yeah. I think it must come soon. It must.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Mm-hmm. So no, I mean, there wasn't a lot of gadgets. And the gadgets that were there, they felt very 60s, right? It was like, there's, 007, there's a hidden blade inside of that. And it's like, well, okay, but...
And a secret compartment to keep gold coins.
To keep coins in. And it's like,
okay.
Wow. The turning of the latches, that's kind of cool.
Yes.
And how it's all magnetized and lets the smoke out or the tear gas.
Sure.
That was cool.
Yep.
But I was also hoping for, really it should have been, and in case of an emergency, 007, just simply put in the code 007 and hit your briefcase will turn into a bomb or something.
Exactly.
Right? Like, so it was better. It was definitely better.
Yep.
And it feels like we're heading in the right direction. It felt very like there was something just so, like, my favorite part of the film, I think, by far, is just when Q is explaining to him how the briefcase works. Because I'm like, yes, this is it. This is 007 mission briefing.
Yes.
This is like, because I've played several James Bond video games.
Right.
At least 3 of them, I think.
Cool.
This is like, it's leading into the era of Q saying, and do try to bring this one back in one piece, 007, right? Like, and so that excites me, that those conversations, those interactions,
right, they're coming,
are on the horizon.
Yeah. Yeah, I gave it about a 5 out of 10. Really, I agree. I liked where it was going compared to the previous film. My only beef was seriously that submarine scope in the Russian consulate. That was just so ludicrous. Just,
Yeah, and I didn't even count that as a gadget. I just felt like that was, yeah.
just yeah. I didn't negatively score it as a result of that. I just wanted to bring that up again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of lame.
It is.
Fights and action. I gave it a 6. The action was fairly limited, but there was
Sure.
some pretty good fight scenes.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, although on the train Grant is often getting the upper hand with Bond, it's still a cool fight. It's still a fist to fist combat.
Right.
People getting stabbed.
It's what more can you
know.
ask for?
All good fights have, you know. So yeah, no, I mean, I don't have much to say about it, but I gave it a 6 out of 10.
For some reason I was really hard on the fights in action. I gave it a 3 out of 10. And I think the two things that burned me and gave it this score was the action in the gypsy camp. For me, was reminiscent of like an old spaghetti western, and I mean that not in a complimentary way. It just seemed very slapstick and at times confusing. And in that scene specifically, like the station head gets shot in the arm and he's in severe pain and agony, and then like he looks and he reaches for something with his arm like the next moment. I'm like, what? Huh? Hey,
Well,
where's the
I mean,
continuity?
He found his courage. He got the hell over it.
Yes. And specifically, there was that helicopter fight near the end, and I say this completely sarcastically. I've never been more suspended in my disbelief until that helicopter crash sequence.
Yeah.
Like it was just like a shot was fired or what have you, and then like the camera cut to like a helicopter on fire on the ground, and it wasn't good.
It wasn't. But yeah. The Bond girl. I gave it a 4.
Okay.
I thought Honey Rider was far more interesting, far more compelling.
Just from namesake alone.
Yeah, and I like Tatiana Romanova is still like, it's a Bond sounding name.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like we don't get to know her enough, and we don't. Yeah, I don't know. She always kind of felt like maybe she was the opposition.
Yeah.
We didn't know whose side she was on, so she never really felt like a love interest. She never really felt like the Bond girl. I ranked it low.
It's interesting because we're both kind of, except for one, really hitting the same numbers. I gave it a 3 out of 10, just because for the same reason. Honey Rider wasn't in a lot of the film, but we still knew so much about her, and as just from a character perspective, we really had a lot of development with her. This Bond girl was in the movie for far longer, at least from beginning to end, and I wasn't really that emotionally invested, so I gave it a 3 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Supporting characters. I gave a 6. Cool. Again, nobody that really jumps out. There's his friend at, I guess, what is the embassy that he's at?
I forget the guy's name.
When he first shows up. Was it Istanbul?
Yep.
When he's in
or
Istanbul,
is it Constantinople?
and he shows up. That's it's a great question.
Come on, that's good. But yeah, like I put Q down as a supporting character because he's introduced to us in this series for the first time, and Desmond, I think it's Llewellyn, maybe is the name of the actor, who portrayed Q in this movie, actually goes on to portray Q in quite a lot of Bond movies for the next few years.
Quite a few of them.
So, kind of like you said, looking forward to Q showing the gadgets. I think he was at least one strong supporting character. I gave it 5 out of 10.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think one area that I would have liked to have seen an improvement in
Mm-hmm.
this one is there was kind of a fun, um, sort of a fun dynamic, I feel like, in Doctor No between M and Bond,
Oh yeah,
which was kind of present in this
a
one,
little.
but not as, like in Doctor No, they kind of have a brief little argument over Bond's use of the Beretta.
Sure.
Um, and so, which I guess I was hoping the conversation with the Beretta would surface again at some point, or maybe
Sure.
become like a running, and maybe it still will.
Right. Who knows? Yeah.
But because then otherwise that scene just doesn't, like, what was the point in that scene? Just to show that he
Mhm.
doesn't like to follow the rules or something, like,
Right.
right. Like, I don't know. So I gave it a 6. I thought it was middle of the road, maybe a little better
Yeah.
than some of the supporting characters in Doctor No.
Cool.
Final category was the Bond song. I gave it a 5. For me, it was leaps better than the one from Doctor No.
Sure. That can't be contested. That's true.
But it also wasn't anything spectacular. It definitely sounded like a Bond song. It definitely had those sort of those sounds and notes that I think most people come to expect from a Bond. It felt secret agent like. But it also, it's not memorable. It wasn't memorable.
No.
So I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 3. I felt the song was just okay. And to be honest, I found the graphic of someone like putting their arm or their body in front of like a projection screen just rather distracting and rather annoying. So the song and like the introductory credit scene, I just was not impressed with. So I gave it a 3.
Okay. Yeah, see, so that's interesting because, like, from a reversed standpoint, then I actually really enjoyed that aspect of it. Like, I was watching it going, like, we're breaking down in my head and working out from a technical standpoint, how did they shoot this?
True. Yeah.
So,
There's some, an extra category that isn't a category, but there were some killer one-liners in this. And I wrote down 2. The one where Bond says she should have kept her mouth shut.
Yeah.
And then at the end, after, is it Kleb is dead, and he says, "Yes, she had her kicks."
Yeah, that was. So where are you? Are you giving it points for that, or are you?
I'm not. I mean, if you wanted to add it as a category someday, I just wanted to add it as a, like, there were some good one-liners in this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's. Yeah. I guess that's what I was wondering. Did you consider those good one-liners, or was
I
that?
did.
Does that
I did.
retract from the? Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Well, so if I tally all that up, Dr. No got a 5.3.
Interesting. That's incredibly close. I gave it a 5.1.
Sorry, no, I'm saying Dr. No, the first one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, then I retract what I just said.
Yeah. So Dr. No had a 5.3. Sorry, I'm trying to build suspense, man. So I'm trying to, like,
sorry.
Is this one better or worse? Is kind of.
Yeah.
So Dr. No got a 5.3.
Sure.
And interestingly, if I take all of my scores and average them, I get a 5.1
from Russia.
From Russia with Love.
No way.
Yeah, dead serious. 5.1.
Actually, that's what I gave it. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
That is actually pretty crazy.
Because we definitely differed on different categories, but at the same at the same time, we both at the end of the day, reached
the same
5.1 rating. Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually super interesting.
Cool.
2 things. I've got trivia question for you and a point that I want to make.
Okay.
Which do you want first?
I'm
going to go with the point. Okay. I'm going to do the point first.
Fine. Don't bother asking me that.
You took too long. So I want to make this point. I can't go into it as full detail because I don't want to ruin anything in the series for you. But when this movie concluded, I feel in my mind there was almost, and I'll say this, almost a very interesting parallel occurred at the ending of this movie. I was pretty captivated as I was anticipating a slightly different ending, and things were aligning in my mind as I saw things unfolded on the screen. Again, I'm not going to tell you any more about that till we get later in the Bond series, just because I don't want to influence what you see later on. But if anyone's listening and anyone knows me personally, or even if you don't know me personally, message me if you're eager to talk about this, because I really want to bounce this off someone. It's not mind-blowing. It's just kind of like a little like, that was close. Maybe I'm seeing something in the weeds. Maybe I'm onto something. But I'll be interested to talk to you about it when you've seen more movies.
Yeah, for sure.
2 questions. They're pretty similar. They're actually identical to the last time. Where do you think this movie ranks on the tomato meter for how well it ranked?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember where. I think Dr. No was number 4, wasn't it?
Yes, Dr. No was kind of weird. It was like 4th on the list, but it was theoretically second because there were like 3 tied for second.
Right.
And for context, Dr. No had, I believe, I'm just getting it up on my screen, I think it was a 95% tomato meter, Dr. No.
Okay. I'm going to say, I think although I scored this movie lower, I think it's generally a classic to people.
Sure.
And so I'm going to say it's one of the ones scored for second.
Okay. Yeah, you nailed it. So technically, again, depending how you interpret it, it's either 3rd on the list or tied for second. So it's high up there in the Bond anthology at 90, and it's 95%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only other question, in the opening gun barrel scene where James Bond walks across, shoots the camera, boom, 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 the movie starts, is that Sean Connery in this edition of the Bond walking across the screen in From Russia with Love?
Well, I guess not, because it wasn't last time, and I'm pretty sure it's the identical barrel sequence.
Mm-hmm. That's your
so
answer.
I'm gonna say no.
Correct. It was not Connery.
Huh. That's kind of one of those things that maybe I would have preferred not to know.
Well,
it
now you
spoils
do.
a little bit of the magic.
Yeah.
But
cool.
well, what's most important is what you people think.
Yes.
So I'm curious, wherever you're able to comment.
Yes.
And if we see your comment, we will engage in conversation with you. So let us know. Have you seen From Russia with Love? And do you like it? Do you think we were kind of right on the nose, or do you think we were, out to lunch on our evaluation?
Out to lunch with avocado toast.
I feel guilty eating it. Like I feel.
Why? Why?
I just feel like people are, I feel like people are watching me. I feel like people are like, oh, yeah.
What?
Avocado toast. Millennial.
I
just feel like
I see, yeah. They need to get over it. It's an antioxidant. It tastes good. Just deal with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've changed my mind 100%. Thank you. Thank you for that, Dad.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.